there's definitely an energy in the room. There is this force, and it's about...
Can it be harnessed in a tune or on a record, not just live?
I'm inclined to say that it can't, that it can be mirrored, and it can be modeled on record. It can be sort of mimicked and mimed on a record. But the real thing only happens in a real audience. That's why cabaret and live performing in general still survives. I mean, even in these very, very tough times, people love that interaction. The audience gets as much out of it as the performer does. I still believe in a kind of energy field builds between the audience and the performer, and if you do it right, then there's a kind of a surge at the end where they really feel appreciative and you feel like you've done your best, and you go home and you sleep with a clear conscience. There's other times when I think I've done shows that I really honestly, to look in the mirror, I could look in the mirror and say, boy, I wish I could do that again.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that happens as well, and what you try to do is you try to keep that from happening. It's not that the public has lost their ability to discern, good from bad. It's just that we have submitted to the will of some gigantic corporations here who are well, the real difference is, consider the difference between the top 40 of my youth, where you had Motown, you had the Beatles, Gordon Lightfoot, you had all this stuff like cohabiting the same airwaves. It was this giant sociological experiment, really, because everybody was listening to everybody else's music.
Mm-hmm.
Today, you don't have that. Music is strictly meted out in little discrete segments. This music goes to the rap community. This music goes to the country, the new country, which is some of the dumbest music that's available. The new country music. This is what's left of the jazz market. This is what's left of the classical market.
Mm-hmm.
This is the so-called top 40, which we really don't know what that is anymore, but we think this is top 40, so we're going to put it on there.
Wow.
So it's really what it has done is it has broken down from this great sociological melange, which actually did a lot for relations between the races, because white kids were listening to black music, black kids were listening to white music, Hispanic kids were listening to black music and white music. You see what I mean?
Of course.
And so it was all working together in a kind of a beneficent sense to say, hey, these people aren't so bad. Listen to this song. I like it,
Yeah, absolutely.
But now what you have is, I don't listen to that. I don't listen to that reggae, I don't listen to that. It's like it's become a kind of insularism about what we listen to. And it's hurting us. It's hurting us financially, and it's hurting us sociologically. We need to get back to listening to each other. I don't know how we're going to do that.
But is it possible? Do you think there's a way that we can go back to that, where we can, grow as a society by listening to each other's music?
I would like to think that there is going to be a resurgence, a kind of a renaissance of, quote, popular music.
Right.
And that it will come more from a grassroots level, more from a kind of 60s, a 60s shape, a 60s excitement about. It could be all as simple as one new group. It could be a new group like the Beatles that come along and turn the whole thing upside down. So I expect the unexpected. I expect whatever the next thing is, we won't see it coming, but I think it will, that there's a good chance that it could lead us in the right direction.